there that he had a much stronger performance, so he's looking better. Einl looking strong, but if I am going to pick someone to go at, I'm probably looking at Einl. Do you have any predictions for the match?
Yesterday I would have said, if this were to be a result, I'd probably give it to Min and Einl, but I'm a bit worried about, just seeing Min waking up. I might actually just give it to Simply Nick. It just seems like he was able to really, redeem himself yesterday and just make sure he doesn't get too frustrated, because I'm pretty sure that after that semifinals he was very frustrated about his performance. But after a solid redemption in losers round 1, I think I'm gonna give it to Simply Nick to close it out. Though I will say it would be nice to see either Chung or Min to go through. It would be the only two Asia players remaining, with the remaining players being from the Oceania region. I mean, perhaps we're gonna have 3 Australians in the grand finals. That is a possibility.
Absolutely, it could be 3 Australians, it could be an Australian versus Asia final, but we are going to dive in and have a closer look at the players they're going to be competing in this losers final. First up, we have Chung, who we saw in action, a keyboard player. Again, we mentioned he has these different cameras that he prefers on different surfaces. He's Cam 3 main, but uses Cam 2 on dirt and Cam 1 on ice. Very, very strong tech player, has a big background in from the older Trackmania games like Nations Forever. So, as we mentioned, maybe a little bit weaker on the newer surfaces like ice and even plastic perhaps, but still a very, very strong player, and did very well in the match before, just wasn't quite able to close out finalist. And next up we have Min, who again we saw in action. Uses a keyboard and an Xbox controller, so a bit of a dual setup there. Again, for me, he underperformed in the final. I think he had a lot stronger showing yesterday, but I think he will try and turn it around here, and we haven't seen the best out of him yet today, I am sure. But very similar story to Chung, big background in the older Trackmania games, so comes from that tech background, very strong on tech, a little bit weaker when it comes to the newer surfaces. Next up, we are going to have Einl, sorry. For me, Einl, maybe not the strongest in this match, but still a very strong player. Uses an Xbox controller, uses Cam 2 as well. Prefers the mixed style of track, which I think is very, very fitting for this tournament we have. The tracks are a very mixed style, so that might suit him. Had some solid performances in previous AOTCs, and is going to be looking to hopefully make it to the grand final. It will be his best result in an AOTC. He's already equaled his best result, so he's got to be happy, but he will be looking to go one step further. And finally, we have Simply Nick, an Australian streamer, and again, as we mentioned, he looked very weak in his first round, with a lot of mistakes, but able to turn it around in the lower match there, and hopefully he wants to carry some of that momentum through. We see he uses an Xbox controller, prefers Cam 1, again preferring that mixed style of track, which I think is suited to this tournament. Had some good performances, won the first AOTC, AOTS as it was known back then, played in Twitch Rivals, so a lot of experience behind Simply Nick, and I think he'll be a very good player. Looking forward to the matchup. What are your thoughts, Boney?
Yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying with Simply Nick. Really, because the maps themselves are pretty mixed, I think he'll be doing fine. Maybe Fall 23, he has been somewhat wavery on that one, even when he was doing well, right? Mainly capitalizing on mistakes on others, and that's where I think his strength will come in. And we have been seeing Chung and Min just showing a bit more of a flawed run than they did yesterday. So I'm very curious to see if they get the better of themselves in terms of emotions. Because after a match like that, especially as close as it was, I can imagine still in your head. That was just 30 minutes ago, so hopefully they'll be able to dismiss that. Einl, I'm just, as we said before, we're both predicting him to go through. He is still somewhat of an underdog, in terms of raw performance, but we'll see how he will stack up. We obviously have only seen Chung and Min perform today. We haven't seen Nick and Einl. At the end of the day, it's all about how you are going to perform today. It doesn't really matter what you did yesterday. It doesn't matter what your times are. They give a good indication of what is possible, but everybody has a bad day, right? And right now, it's looking like that is in favor of simply Nick and Einl, but we can't say anything yet until we actually see the players race against each other.
Yeah, absolutely. You're 100% right, and I wonder if it's going to be an advantage for Chung and Min. Coming fresh out of a match, they might be just that little bit warmer, but you can see there, the two that win from this final are going to join Winky Face and Fitty as our top four, and they are going to go head-to-head for one final match. But it looks like the players are in the warm-up here, and it looks like we are going to be jumping on to Chalk by Nacho, an Australian mapper. And we saw this was our first round last game as well. We had some very, very close rounds and some really good times. It was honestly just minor mistakes like gears, the occasional wheel touch that was the difference in the races. Everyone was able to keep it fairly consistent here. So I'm expecting some good races as we're going to follow Min for a lap. What are your thoughts on this track, Boney? You saw it a bit yesterday.
Yeah, overall, very much gear-heavy track, right? You want to really make sure you're not losing your gear at any point, as that just simply spells disaster, especially at the level that these players have been driving at. So very, very important to keep an eye out on that. And not only that, the iced corner into the checkpoint, we already saw a few bonks happening there. It's very easy to slide a bit too far to the left there and hit the checkpoint on the side. And not only do you hit the checkpoint, usually you end up with a pretty bad respawn and can be unrecoverable, as Chung ran into just earlier today. So definitely keep our eye on that. Other than that, relatively straightforward. As said before, it's all about the gears. If you can keep your gears in check, then you should be in position to get some good points. But even then, it's going to be a close one, I expect.
Absolutely. I think this track does make for some close racing, and as you said, that ice corner, there is so much time to be gained if you do it well, but if you push it that little bit too much, it's, as we've seen, you clip a wheel and your race is pretty much over. Your round is pretty much over because it's really tough. You kind of have to do a standing respawn, and it's a very long way to the finish from there. But getting to the end of the warm-up here, let's see how the drivers do. Everyone in their final preparations. Looking forward to it. Should be a very close match here. I think I'm looking at Chung and Min as going to be the pace setters of the first round, but let's see how we go. We're going to dive right in, and we have everyone off and racing. Grab the reset. Looks like Einl running wide. It has this different line we saw yesterday. It works out to be fairly even, maybe losing a little bit, but still well within the pack. And through, it looks like Chung touched a little bit. He said Einl running wide, and he's going to clip. Big mistake by Einl. That's very, very costly. Chung, Nick, and Min are going to be battling it out now. Everyone through the bobsleigh, very, very close. Everyone within 300s, really close. Nip with good speed through the dirt. One final drift now. Min actually clipped a tyre. He's going to lose a ton of speed. I don't know if he'll make that jump. Chung and Nick oversteers, so he's going to lose a ton of speed as well. And Chung going to be the final one left. Just has to keep it clean, secure the 10 points with a 46-2. Little bit of a shaky round to start with, though.
Yeah, unfortunate, not a good round for everyone. Just Chung off to a good start right there. Just taking advantage of his fellow competitors and picking up a nice early 10 points. Always nice to start off with a lead. Gives you a bit of a confidence boost as we head into round number 2 with everybody very close together. Good slide all around. Let's see if the players are able to keep the gears there. Unfortunately, we did see one of the players go a bit too wide. I believe that was Einl going too wide, hitting the penalty dirt. So we just have 3 players remaining at the front. Min leading the charge right now with Nick and Chung right behind them. See how this ice drop is going to go. Good slides going in. Simply Nick keeping a lot of speed there. More than Min. Is that enough for him to get past? Min going a bit lower. It is neck and neck. Which of the 2 players are going to make it in first? Ooh, Simply Nick slowing down just a bit too much, allowing Min to secure the 10 points. Chung coming in number 3. Is Aino going to be able to finish? Maybe? Oh, barely. That was close.
Yeah, very nice. Able to secure the 3 points. What a round though, by Min and Simply Nick, as we are going to dive straight in to the next round. Let's see how we do here. Einl with a very inside line, going to lose out a little bit of speed. This different line that he has seems to work out even as always. It looks like actually Min made a big mistake there, clipping over the side. Simply Nick and Einl battling for the lead. Chung a little bit behind, just a tenth and a half. And he actually clips on the inside before the engine off, losing a ton of speed. And now we're going to have a 1v1 between Einl and Simply Nick for the win. Nick with a nice drift here, actually carrying a lot of speed, getting ahead of Einl. A little bit of an awkward line there, and he runs wide and clips. Oh no, so it's going to be Einl. The only one keeping it clean is going to pick up the 10 points. Really nice 10 points from Einl, and what a crazy round. A lot of mistakes. Who's going to finish?
Question mark. What happened?
That was crazy.
Bit of confusion coming in. Like, where is everyone? Mod checking all the other people. Just, yeah, no, everybody just, making too many mistakes. Big mistakes at that as well. This time it is Einl mod checking the rest, only to get mod checked himself. Unfortunate for him, leaving the rest of his competitors to take the charge right now in round number 4, last round on chalk. See how the players will perform right now. Chung in 3rd place right now, just about 4 tenths behind on the pack leader, Min. But Simply Nick is very close to hunting him down right now. Let's see how the slide goes. Min goes too much in the inside, too hard of an attack, clips the wheels over the side of the road. Chung hits the side of the checkpoint as well, and Simply Nick is free to take number 1 in the final round on chalk. I know, coming in 2nd place. Usually what we see happening is if you make the early mistake, you are able to capitalize on players making mistakes later in the round, and he does so tremendously. And we end up with Simply Nick at the top at the end of chalk.
Yeah, a bit of a chaotic map. A lot of mistakes coming out, and in the end, the points fairly close, 26 to 24 there. We are now got to move on to the SRK map here. Pretty mixed map. There's that one infamous, what appears to be infamous ice section at the end where a lot of people seem to struggle with early, but I think we saw a little bit more consistency in the earlier match. Let's see how everyone handles it here, but it's a very awkward ice section. You want to wash off a lot of speed, hold the ice slide into the bobsleigh, and we saw Chung and Min struggling a little bit there. Again, coming from them older games, they're not quite as experienced in the newer surfaces, so they do occasionally lose out. But as we see Chung here running wide, I'm sure they'll be able to put up some good times. Simply Nick and Einl probably a little bit stronger here, but obviously we have to wait and see who does it better. And also, we have noted the finish is quite risky, and if you do miss the finish and have to respawn, then there generally isn't quite enough time to secure points. So you really want to be setting yourself up well on that bobsleigh. And we are going to be jumping right into round 1.
Round 1 indeed, and I'm curious to see, like, I know right now does have the number 3 time on this map, but that was set a month ago, so I mean, I'm sure it's still in there. I'm sure we'll do fine, as we do lose Chung at the start of round number 1 and Min and Simply Nick at the front right now. I know about 2 tenths behind, so definitely not out of the race just yet. Let's see if he's able to capitalize on this ice section. This is where you can gain a lot of speed. Min goes a bit wider. Einl goes on the inside using the penalty snow in that situation. There's a bit too inside on the bobsleigh. Not sure he's going to have enough speed to overtake. In fact, Simply Nick doing a fine job jumping into the finish. Min picks up the number 2, Einl in number 3, and Chung rounds things out in number 4. bit of a chance there, I think, for Einl to overtake there. Simply Nick and Min didn't also have the best slides there, but it was good enough for them to keep a hold of their positions.
Yeah, Simply Nick securing the 10 points there. And we did see, I think it was Min losing a little bit of time on that bobsleigh. So the bobsleigh sections are really tough to maintain speed on as we jump into the next round through the dirt. And I think it was Min might have actually clipped there and lost a lot of speed. So he is a little bit behind here, half a second. Chung out in the lead. Simply Nick in second. Everyone through the drift. Looking good. Simply Nick looks like he maintained some nice speed through there. And now into the ice wash-off speed. Einl going very, very inside. Looking like a good line though. Chung, decent setup. Simply Nick. Einl actually trying to pass. No, Simply Nick maintains a bit more speed. Chung running high. Can he make the finish? Oh my god, what a race. Simply
Wait.
Nick nearly getting the snipe, but Chung able to hold him off for the 10 points.
That was a bit of a risky save fin coming in
That
from
was yeah,
Einl.
true.
I'm not sure how to call that, but he bonked into the risky only to land in the safe. That is nice. Chung was very close to actually overtaking him as well, but Einl still securing that number 3 spot. I think he's pretty happy with that, considering the end of the round there. But as we already are halfway into round number 3, all the players are together right now going into the ice section. Just Einl behind by about half a second. It's going to come down to this ice once again. Who gets the slide? Who does not? Nick goes wide. Min goes a bit more narrow. And you can tell, not enough speed. Chung, not enough speed. Einl is looking to overtake, going for the jump, and he snipes Chung and Min to bring in the number 1 with a 41.6. Chung, Min, second and third. Simply Nick in fourth this time, allowing the rest of the pack to catch up to Nick a bit. He is still ahead by about 5 points on Einl and 8 on Chung, if I am correct.
Yeah,
No,
we're seeing
Min,
this.
and then 9 on Chung.
Yeah, and we are seeing this pattern here where Chung and Min are losing out just slightly on the bobsleigh, allowing for these snipes to come through. But we are moving on to the next round into the dirt. Everyone through cleanly. Try and maintain as much speed as possible out of this dirt. Einl looks like he has really nice exit speed. Runs wide though. Chung out in the lead. Through the drift cleanly. Doesn't touch any of the grass. Looking good. Simply Nick a little behind here. But once again, it's going to come down to... Oh, Einl clips on the inside. A big mistake by Einl. That is a massive bonk. Nick now trying to chase down Chung and Ming. And once again, having more speed on the bobsleigh. He gets Chung. Can he get Min? He does just snipe him at the end for the 10 points. Again, we're seeing Chung and Min just losing out on the bobsleigh there. And Nick is going to secure another 10 points. But a big mistake by Einl. But he will get the 3 points.
It's unfortunate that he did clip the wall there, as he did. He's been taking that inside line there all the time, and it's been working in his favor. Just, this time, just a bit too far on the inside. Happens to the best of us. But yeah, you could definitely see Chung and Min just not having as much of a grasp on ice as Simply Nick and Einl did, right? Since they've been playing on these ice blocks for a lot longer. And these situations that we see happening, it's a bit of a weak spot for Chung and Min. But on Fall 23 right now, it was a bit of a bonk show as I was waking up today. And yesterday, obviously, we did see quite a lot of player crashing in various locations on the map. How do you think the players will stack up this time?
Yeah, it is a really crazy track. There's so many things to hit on this track. There's so much time to be gained by pushing it, but again, so easy. And every mistake seems so costly when you make a bonk, you lose so much time. But once again, Min looked really strong yesterday, but wasn't able to keep it clean today. I think Simply Nick might be someone to watch. He actually managed to really do well just by keeping it consistent on this track yesterday, allowing people to crash behind him. So I think it comes down to consistency and who can push those lines and get the biggest advantage. But we are about to jump right into round number 1 here. And let's see how the players handle it. We know Min has the raw pace. We saw it yesterday, but today really struggled with consistency. Everyone through the... No, Einl's going to touch there, losing a ton of speed out to the rest of the field. Min going for a wide drift here, setting up a nice amount of exit speed. Get the drift through the checkpoint, looking clean in between the poles. setting up this jump, goes for the risky one over the bush, gets it absolutely beautifully. What an amazing line by Min. To pull that off in a live lobby just absolutely blows my mind, and he gets a massive advantage out of it.
Yeah.
And
The rest of the players are just away.
yeah,
So far behind.
Min looking really, really strong. Simply Nick in second, but he's 2 seconds off the pace almost. Min is just on an absolute screamer right now. Just has to survive the final corner and will get the 10 points with a 50.2. Simply Nick in second, and then Chung followed by Einl for third and fourth.
Whoa. That was definitely what I expect from Min to come in. As we saw yesterday, right? He won back to back to back on Fall 23, and this looks like I expected. I was a bit surprised waking up today, but it's nice to see him come into his element right now. It doesn't seem like Einl is having as much luck, unfortunately. He's been hitting the early corners for the past 2 rounds. And this time, Min, sorry, Caster's Curse coming in, clips the side of the road, has to respawn again, and we just have Chung and Einl right now at the front. Chung ahead by about a second right now, but that second can disappear if he makes a slight mistake or, you know, the bonks that we have been seeing on this track. He just needs to make sure he keeps his line nice and secure, and he should be able to pick up some 10 points. Einl in hot pursuit. I don't think he's going to try to overtake. He's just going to try to hold on to that second place. There you go. 6 points for Einl. Chung bringing in the number 1 with 10. Simply Nick on third place. Let's see. Min, come on. Min, finish. Do it for me. Come on. No, Min does not finish.
Right.
No points to Min, and Chung overtakes because of that in the rankings.
Yeah, Simply Nick with a nice lead, but I think Einl will be very happy with second that round after making a mistake. But he has looked a bit shaky early in the lap, just making these slight mistakes and touching. Let's see how he goes this round. Looking very good through here. Driver's very, very close onto the plastic now. Oh, Einl very close to the pole. He does actually clip it, loses all of his speed. So again, an early mistake from Einl. And we have Chung, Nick, and Min, everyone through the checkpoint cleanly. Who's going to go for the risky jumps here? Min again going over the bush. Oh, he clips the checkpoint though. He got the bush jump. It looks like Nick also made a mistake. Min still second. Chung with a huge lead now. Only one through cleanly. And Einl looks like he was well behind. Chung out in front. Looking like he's going to get another 10 points just by keeping it clean. So important being consistent on this track. It's crazy. With a 49.9 actually going sub 50 seconds. Really nice time. Min able to get second. Simply Nick should finish for third, but unfortunately Einl not going to collect any points. And Chung is starting to close the gap to Nick now.
Nick has been leading pretty much the entire match after map 1, but it's looking like it's getting a bit closer to his top rating right now. But overall, very, very close match so far. We're about halfway throughout the match, and you can see all the players are still giving it their all. I know right now the only one behind on the pack by about 7/10, and Chung decides to just yeet himself off the left side of that corner. We'll see him probably just a little bit as Min takes the lead right now. Simply Nick in hot pursuit by about 0.6 of a second. Let's see how that ending will pay off for Min. He just needs to keep it together. You don't really have to worry too much about losing too much speed. There's not a lot to be bonked, but he does tremendously, bringing in a 49.8. Great time coming in from Min. Simply Nick rounds it out, the number 2 in a 50.5. Einl finishes. Will Chung finish? He does not. Simply Nick expands his lead from Chung, but now Min is coming in with just 6 points between the two players.
Yeah, and a really nice time, 49.8 point Min. Going for that risky jump over the bush. It blows my mind seeing that in a live game. But we are going to move on to Slice now. Again, another good map we have here with these transitional and a little bit of dirt here. We saw some good races here and saw a few mistakes. Definitely, there's time to be gained by pushing close to the edges of this track. But also, it does make you a little bit more prone to mistakes. We saw Fitty bonking in the very tight chicane section before the grass uphill. A few wheel touches, but we also saw some really good races. Let's just have a look and see who looks strong here. Chung with the best personal best out of everyone in this match with a 43.7, followed very, very closely by Min with a 43.8. and then Simply Nick with a 44-2, and Einl also with a 44-2. So the Koreans look like they're a little bit stronger on raw pace here, but it is going to be about consistency on this map, and let's see who can do it, as we see Nick showcasing the finish here. But yeah, it's a very awkward finish, I found. You have to go right, left, and then bounce down and jump to the finish. Very easy to lose speed somewhere and just not quite make it. And Nick showcasing his skills here. So yeah, we're about to jump on into round one.
Yeah, and it's one of those, like, that safe finish doesn't even feel safe to me, right? As you say that, and you can have some awkward bounces happening there, and that could lead into, despite good pace, simply losing the race due to all of that. But as we are live right now, Einl does make a mistake. Chung had a bit of a weird line. I haven't seen that one before at the start, but it looks like it's still paying off for him. Ooh, Einl leaving the game. Not really sure what's going on there. Maybe internet. Not sure. We'll figure that on out later, as Min and Chung, the two Korean players, are leading the charge right now and fighting for first place. Min goes a bit too wide on the third section, losing all of his speed, allowing Simply Nick to overtake. And not only that, Min has to respawn. Looking like Einl is just coming back in, maybe some internet issues popping up, but he is back in the lobby, fortunately. But no points for him because of this, whatever it is that might happen there.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to fall a bit behind, but it does happen, and we see Min unfortunately making a mistake in that last round. But we are jumping into the next. Looks like Einl ran very wide there. I'm not sure what happened, but he's nowhere to be seen now. Min has really good exit speed here. Going to take the lead through the dirt now. Looking very, very clean through this tight chicane section. Turn right as early as you can. No, he bonks. You want to turn right as early as you can to make it up that grass hill, but unfortunately going right a little bit too early, and that's going to be a big mistake. Chung now trying to chase down Simply Nick. Can he do it? One final section left here. Chung running wide, he's going to touch. Simply Nick looks like he just has to keep it clean for the finish, and Chung will have to go to the safe finish. Can Min chop him? Yes, Min chops him. Chung unfortunately having to go for the safe finish. Einl is just going to get the finish in to secure the 3 points.
Oh, we're getting close to the end. Simply Nick on 91 points. He wins one round and he is in finalist mode. Though, to be fair, even then, I'm pretty sure he can get away with a second place right now. But we'll see how that'll turn out, as we are in round 3 right now. Sliced, all the players relatively close by. Again, Chung with that inside line, but the rest of the players decide to go a bit more onto the outside. But not doing a lot in terms of times. Just Einl not really having the pace as the other 3 players have right now. Just looking in the back, hoping for a mistake right now. Min in the lead with Chung following behind. They have been having some issues with the dirt corner at the end. Will they be able to keep it together this time around, or is he going to capitalize on these mistakes once more? Doesn't look like it, and Min finishes out in first place. Chung in second, Simply Nick in third, and Einl in fourth. Nick's going to need a few more points to get into finalist mode.
Yeah, he needs at least a second place here to get finalists, but a much cleaner round by Min and Chung, allowing them. They're getting very close at the top now. Players very close to finalist. So let's jump in, see what happens in this round. But yeah, Einl just looking a little bit off the pace and a few mistakes. He a little bit unfortunate, but let's see if he can pull out a miracle and turn it around here. We see he's lurking in the backfield here, hoping for a mistake. The other 3 drivers really, really close, though. Just 300s between them. Simply Nick, very inside. Runs a little wide of the grass, though. That's going to cost him a little bit of time here. Chung and Min now out in front, battling. Let's see which of them comes out on top here. Can they keep it clean for the end? Oh, Min clips, no. Chung running very wide too, but he doesn't clip. And it looks like Chung is going to be able to secure the 10 points. And Nick is going to capitalize on that mistake and put himself into finalist mode. So he's just one win away from making it to the grand final.
He is one win away, but Chung and Min are also pretty close to finalist mode. I mean, if Chung were to get second place, Min gets first place, we would have triple finalists, right? I'm just going to put that one out there. Let's see if that happens. We are on Burn It Down, so Burn It All Down can give us that possibility. I see potential. I know, unfortunately, not only because he dropped from the match for a little bit there, but at the same time, just not having the same pace as the other players had on Sliced. He is falling quite a bit behind at this point, so he's gonna have to deny and deny and deny if he wants to stay alive in this tournament. Remember, the first two going out winning the match will be moving on to the grand finals. The other two will be eliminated, and everybody gets winning the grand finals. So this is basically being on the bubble for those who are into poker. It's make or break.
Absolutely is, and we are on a map that is definitely going to favour Min and Chung here, both really strong tech players. And being very close to finalists, they're probably both very happy. This map comes up now. We see Min with the best personal best, followed by Chung, then Nick, and Einl with the slowest personal best in this lobby. But again, it comes down to consistency here, and we're going to jump right into round one. Remember, Nick just needs a win. Chung needs a second, I believe, and Min needs a win to put himself into finalists. So let's see what happens here. Everyone off to a clean start. Simply Nick taking the lead, showing us why he has that finalist mode on his car. Einl looking strong. Oh, Nick actually clips, so that he is not going to be making it out this round, and it's going to be a three-way battle now for the win. Einl actually with a really nice lead. Actually clips a lot of grass. He's going to lose a ton of speed there, allowing Chung to overtake. Min right behind him. Really close between the Korean drivers here. Einl trying to push the inside line and clips because of it. Didn't actually lose too much time though. But it looks like Min with a nice lead, a couple of tenths over Chung. Is Chung going to push the dirt section, or is he going to be happy with second place? Looks like he's going to be happy with second. Just has one final drift now. Min keeps it clean. He'll secure the 10 points. Chung will secure the 6th. Einl will be third, and Nick with that mistake early. Unfortunate for him.
Oh, yes. The prophecy has been foretold. Triple finalist. Let's go. All right, Einl is on 70 points, so he's going to have to deny his heart out right now. But for all the other players, they just need to finish first, and they move on to grand finals. I'm very curious to see which of the players will be doing it. And Einl hits the pole, so we are looking to have our first player move on to the grand finals and joining Winky Face alongside Fitty. Let's see which of the players it's going to be. Chung Min right now in the lead. Nick went a bit wide there, but able to catch up just a tiny bit on the grass. Just 2/10 between the three players. Getting a bit closer on the plastic right there. Chung a bit wide. Min inside. Simply Nick in second place. Is he able to overtake Min right now? That's all that matters right now. It's just first place. It's not about the points anymore. Min, just one drift remaining, and he keeps it together. Min moves on to the grand final. Simply Nick and Chung are going to have to duke it out once more.
Yeah, congratulations to Min. He'll be joining Winky Face and Fitty in the grand final, and there's just one more spot left. Who is going to claim it? Simply Nick or Chung? Einl just needs absolute wins from here on out. And we are jumping into the round. Let's see what happens. Einl with a strong start. Nick's going to take the lead. No, Einl's still looking strong. Through this drift, everyone through cleanly. The transition onto the dirt. Nick clips. He's going to be relying on Einl here to beat Chung. This could be the race right here. Chung with a wide drift, carrying a lot of speed. Einl clips the grass, going to lose speed again. Chung very wide. Nick isn't actually too far behind, but has a lot of work to do if he wants to chase down Chung in this final section here. Chung really good at tech player, going very close to the walls, but able to keep it clean. He knows what he's doing. And now the dirt section, he touches! Chung has touched, and now it's a really, really close race. Einl has the lead just ahead of Simply Nick. And Einl is going to deny both Chung and Simply Nick. Oh my goodness.
Oh, what? All right, well, that's a way to deny. My word, that was just like it was looking like a straight up win for Chung with Simply Nick and Einl making mistakes, but he's looked to have another chance of redemption. Simply Nick making a mistake earlier on this time around again. Let's see if Chung is able to capitalize, or if Einl is going to be able to chase him down for tenths between the two players. This grass section has been a bit of an Achilles heel for Aino. Let's see if he's able to keep up the pace and stay close to Chung, keep up some pressure as well. I think that's always very important to do. Bit bigger of a gap, but nothing too big. Still, everything on the line for Chung. He has to make sure he keeps his line nice and tidy, keep the speed up. He lost the speed here last time. This time he does not. No barrier for him. Slides on into the finish line, and there you have it. Chung Min go back into the grand final for a rematch versus Winky Face and Fiddy. Unfortunately, with that, we say goodbye to Simply Nick and Aino.
Yeah, we do. And as you said, a rematch. It's going to be Korea versus Australia again. We saw it once today, but this next match is going to have far more value. Congratulations to Min and Chung. Well played to Simply Nick and Einl. Simply Nick did make the finalist mode, just not quite able to close it out. And Einl just unfortunately mistakes and just a little bit off the pace today. Wasn't able to keep up, but we have our top 4 and congratulations. That was a really good match to watch. Some really crazy rounds there where everyone makes a mistake and it ends up everyone within a couple of tenths as well after all of their mistakes. Crazy to watch, but everyone has secured Min and Chung have secured their share of the prize pool with that. The top 4 all getting a share of that $200. So congratulations, and I for one am very, very much looking forward to the next round. What are your thoughts on the match, Boney?
Yeah, it's maybe for some Simply Nick supporters in this one, maybe he was robbed, right? He has been ahead throughout pretty much the entire match, right? And it's just unfortunate that when push comes to shove at the end of the day, right, when he was in position to finish it out, burn it out down basically threw a wrench in his plans, right? He lost out at the worst possible moment. That's really what it came down to. And Chung and Min were able to capitalize in a tremendous way there, giving us that triple final.